Hey everyone, it's Hedrymas here. In this video I'll be showing you how to heal Sisters of the Moon effectively on Mythic difficulty as a Discipline Priest. There's a lot of Discipline Priests who seem to struggle with healing bosses as effective as possible, so I'll try to make one of these guides for every boss on Mythic difficulty. This guide is for everyone really. Disc Priests who still have to do the boss, who just want to read up on it, or Disc Priests who have already done the boss but just want to optimize their HPS a little bit. I don't claim that this way is the best way to heal the boss or to get the most HPS, but I do get some pretty damn good results, as in talking about 99% logs. So first I'm gonna be talking about the talents, then a little bit about the gear, and then I'll show you the fights and explain the fights by watching a video. For the talents you want to go for Twist of Fate. If you have the ring, which I strongly suggest you get, like I know it's RNG, but you know, if you have it, just use it to get castigation as well. But basically you want to use Twist of Fate since people drop below 35% all the time, so you do 20% increased healing and 20% increased damage a lot during the fight, especially during tense moments. For the level 30 row I would go for Angelic Feather, because if you go for Body and Soul then you don't really have movement speed on demand since you need to save your shields, which you don't really want to do. Level 45 talents, it doesn't really matter what you pick because none of these are relevant to the fight. For level 60 talents, obviously go for Shield Discipline. This is just to get most of your mana back. Also, if you have a Balance Druid, then if he gives you Innervate while you use Rapture and you apply shields to everyone, you will get back a lot of mana, which is very valuable. For level 75 talents, you will use Sanctuary. Clarity of Will you will never need. Shadow Covenant is mainly for dungeons, you will never need it either. Level 90 talents, Purge the Wicked like always. Halo and Divine Star are just not good enough compared to Purge the Wicked for overall damage and healing. Then for level 100, go for Evangelism. Since there are points at of the fight where you need to use Evangelism to just get that extra duration on your atonements, especially if you apply atonement to 20 people, which can be tricky sometimes. For the gear, you just go for the standard gear. You go for Haste and Crit, Mastery as third stat. Yeah, for the trinkets, it's mainly about just the best trinkets that you have for Disc Priest. I can't tell you exactly which trinkets are the best because I don't know what trinkets you do have. I'm using Chrono Shard because I got a proc from buying trinkets, and I'm also using Dark Moon Deck Promises, which I really recommend, because Dark Moon Deck Promises really works well, especially with low cost abilities. For legendaries I would suggest the ring and the gloves, but this is also because I don't really have any other legendaries. I just got very lucky with mine. The ring it's just the best legendary, one of the best legendaries overall, and the hands just give you a lot of survivability. If you have Valence, then you should probably use Valence instead of Chrono Shard. Okay, so now I'm gonna be showing you the fight and what you should actually do in the fight to get that sick ass HPS, get those 99% logs. The first thing you want to do is, when you pull the boss, use your first Power Word Radiance as soon as possible. You want to do this so that when you use it, it goes on cooldown and it can start regenerating the cooldown. If you use it early, then this means you can use 2 Power Word Radiances in the first cycle, and with one cycle I mean the time it takes for the room to become bright from dark. So as you can see, I'm using a Power Word Radiance pretty soon. You want to try and use these Power Word Radiances as the moon is going over a group, because then people take damage and then you can actually heal something. So you can see I already used my 2 Power Word Radiances here. Now you just, if you need to heal someone, you either use your plea or you apply a shield to someone. So at about 15 seconds before the room is completely white, you want to start applying atonement to people. You do this in the first cycle by applying plea to about 10 people and then using a double Power Word Radiance to get that atonement on 20 people. So as you can see, I'm using plea to apply atonement to people. The other healer should keep the people alive. And now use a double Power Word Radiance. I fucked up here. Then instantly, just before people get the shield, or just after people get shield, use your Light Staff. This will usually remove the shield completely if you have either a crit or, you know, if you just have it on a lot of people, it will do 20% more damage if it's on everyone. So if you use Light Staff and then instantly a penance after, you will usually remove the shield completely. So let's see. Use Light Staff a bit late. It's completely gone. You can see I probably had a crit there. Your HPS jumps like crazy. And then you just DPS a little bit. And here you can see the atonement starts to fall off. But it's not a big problem because the other healers usually have it covered anyway. And you can still heal a little bit of the damage. So now the second cycle begins. And because you used your first Power Word Radiance early in the fight, this means you can use one Power Word Radiance every cycle before you actually need to apply it to remove the shield or to heal the shield. So you can see when I get it, I'm probably going to use it. Yep, there we go. And then just do the normal rotation like always. I mean, if you get to this boss, then you probably know at least with the basics of Disc Priest. And remember, if someone is taking a lot of damage, just use Plea. Don't, if like a lot of people take damage and they're like, they drop, just let the other healers take care of it. It's not worth using your Power Word Radiance for it, because this just means that you'll heal less on the shields, and the shields are less likely to get removed depending on how good the other healers are, or if you're using a cooldown on the shields. So you can see, because of my position is luckily at about a place that where if the zone goes over me, so basically it gets triggered, I usually know that I should start applying atonement to people. Because I'm Disc Priest and we have 2 druids, I get to use 1 Innervate, and you want to basically ask for the Innervate just before you use Rapture. And on the second cycle you want to be using Rapture, because you already spent some mana. You can see I'm on like 70% mana maybe. So you use this Rapture together with Innervate to get like most of your mana back, and also the fact that you can apply it faster, 10% faster because of the haste buff and so on. So you can see activate Rapture and I ask for Innervate. I do this with a macro, but could be in voice comm or anything. So you see I try to apply to 10 people. When I get it to 10 people, or when I see the zone is about to fill the room, which basically means the shields are gonna come soon, then I just do the double Power Word Radiance. At this Rapture, what you also want to do is when you're like halfway of applying the Raptures, you want to pop your Mindbender. What this does is basically people already take damage before the shields come in, and because during the shields you don't want to be wasting a global on Mindbender, you just pop it a little bit before. This way you can just keep DPSing during the shields, just giving you more HPS and, you know, clearing the shields faster and better. Okay, so you can see I see that the zone is filling the room, so I do double Power Word Radiance. Then on this part you use Evangelism. Basically what this does is, since on this cycle people take damage a bit longer and a bit more, you can use this to actually also heal the damage from the incorporeal shot. So let's see. And also you don't have Light Staff here, so you don't instantly heal everyone up. Basically this means that you need to use more penance and need to use more smite, which results in you needing atonement longer on people to actually heal everyone. Because you can see with Light Staff all the shields were gone already, but now they're not gone yet because we don't have Light Staff. And now I'm healing the people up together with the other healers because people still have atonement. Okay, this cycle, same shit. You can use 1 Power Word Radiance, but not more than that because it'll fuck you over in the long run. Just fight goes on like usual. And if you're a Blood Elf, don't forget to use your racial to get more mana back. Here I died, which was sad. I thought the other healers had me covered, which they apparently did not. I guess I should have healed myself more, it was my bad. I mean, it wasn't completely my bad, but let's see. Okay, because I got rest here, I needed to instantly start applying plea to 10 people, or atonement to 10 people with plea, and then do a double radiance again because the shields are coming again. I was lucky that I got rest before it was too late, that I couldn't even apply plea atonement to everyone anymore. So you can see now I do double Power Word Radiance. And the thing is here, because it's the second phase, the Twilight Glaive Storm is here, so it's very beneficial for a Disc Priest to just instantly remove the shield. So if someone takes damage, the healers can just heal the damage and they don't have to heal through the shield first. So you can see here, I applied Atonement to about 18 people, I think, no, 17 people. And just before the Embrace of the Eclipse comes in, I already cast Light's Wrath. So the second that people get the shield, my Light's Wrath hits the target and I heal everyone in the raid. And after Light's Wrath, obviously do instant penance. So you can see the shield just gets destroyed. I didn't get a crit sadly, so it didn't get completely removed in one go, and you can see the healers only have to heal a few shields in total. This was a bit hectic, sadly. Okay, so you can use one Power Word Radiance again. Ooh, that was close. There will be one more Embrace of the Eclipse and then we'll go into phase 3, so same shit here, use Plea, use double Radiance. So you can see I'm already applying Atonement to people before the shields come in. And now I should be doing Power Radiance, yeah, and now the second one. I don't know why I didn't use it. Okay, that was a mistake. I should have used both in a row, but you know, mistakes happen. So basically then instant penance like always and just try to remove it. I got hit here because I should have moved, but basically because I was just spamming on everyone to remove the shield and I knew I would have survived anyway because it's only one hit. And now I'm using my second Power Word Radiance, which I should have used sooner to remove the shields, but yeah. Okay, this part of the fight, I know there's not going to be any Embrace of the Eclipses anymore because you can see the boss is going to transition. So I start to use my Power Word Radiances a bit more freely, especially because the fight becomes a bit more hectic at this point. And if you do save them, because it's not always possible to save them because people take a lot of damage here, but if you do manage to save them, then just start applying Atonement to people with Plea and Radiance a bit later, because you don't have to heal the Embrace of the Eclipse anymore. Now you have to heal the shot that goes through everyone that needs to be soaked. So as you can see, I moved to my location. You can see people taking a lot of random damage. Here I would suggest, oh yeah, here if you're using Innervate, you'll see that the Innervate is just ready after the damage. So basically I've been saving my Rapture for about 2 cycles now, just because Innervate cooldown is 3 minutes and my Rapture is 2 minutes. But if you don't have an Innervate, then you can basically replace the applying Atonement with Plea by applying it with shields, by using Rapture instead. But you see here I save it because I want to get my mana back with the Innervate. Okay, yeah, this was a bit hectic. I used Rapture here anyway because I had to move and I was a bit panicky because I didn't want to die. You know, I had to remove my debuff while also applying Atonement to everyone, so I just used it just to be safe. So basically at this cycle you need to heal the incorporeal shot and not the shield. So you can see in 3 seconds the shot is there. I'm still applying Atonement to everyone. You need to make sure that people don't die, so it's good that I use Rapture. You can see I'm not standing in the shot basically because I need to heal everyone up instantly. You can see just healing everyone up slowly. It doesn't matter if you're a bit late on this one, since it's not a shield or anything, you just need to heal them. Yeah, at this point you just want to keep people alive, because this point can be very hectic. So mainly the important part for this fight is the start of the fight, where you want to plan everything ahead if you want to, you know, remove the shields really fucking fast. Since Disc Priest can be insanely strong, but you need to plan ahead every single time. You can see applying Plea again to everyone. Now I'm extending it with Evangelism. You can play around a little bit with changing around when to use Evangelism and Rapture and stuff like this, depending on when people are using healing cooldowns and stuff like this. Basically, what you have to do is just make sure you have atonement on most people at the end of every single cycle, because that's where people take most damage. The other healers are better suited for healing the damage that just comes in during the cycle. Yeah, people died here because people got hit. But yeah, not much more happens during the fight really. Anyway, I hope this video helped you with healing Sisters of the Moon or getting good ranks on this boss. If you have any questions or any suggestions, just place it in the comments and I'll definitely read them. I only killed this boss twice, so I'm still trying to improve and perfect my rotation on these bosses. But in general, I already ranked 99% on this boss, so I think this tactic to heal the boss is pretty damn good. If there's any boss you want to see first, just put it in the comments and I'll try to prioritize that boss first, since I have 3 other bosses to go before I actually get to bosses that we're still progressing on. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.